But we're doing it. We're gonna make those brownies tonight. We do have to run to Publix to get all the ingredients, but I don't think Publix is gonna have all the ingredients, so we might have to go to like the specialty health food store. It's not anything crazy like beets. I just don't think that Publix has beets, like fresh beets. Unlike me, who has the freshest of beets. I figure I should go to Publix first, rather than going to the crazy organic specialty place first, because what if Publix has everything? Then that's a good thing to know too for you guys. You guys could be like, oh, well, I guess maybe my local grocery store will have everything. This is where we get the good stuff. Unsweetened chocolate, unsweetened cocoa. Who knew? It's a lot of coconut oil, but it's here. Well, I think I got everything there. The only thing that I'm not real happy with was the beets, because I had to buy canned beets, which are just beets, water, and salt. I didn't really like the fact that there was salt in there. It's not very much salt. I might cut because there is salt in the recipe too. I might cut the salt out of the recipe. I don't know, I'm still debating it because the person who wrote the recipe used canned beets as well. So I know that there's she adjusted for the salt content of the canned beets. Plus, if I got fresh beets, I'd have to cook them and everything. I think I'm gonna leave the salt in there, and it's gonna be kosher salt too. So it's like sea salt. It's not like iodine salt. First things first, the recipe calls for oat flour. If you guys don't know what oat flour is, I think I explained this yesterday. We just take oatmeal, old-fashioned rolled oatmeal, put it in a food processor, and grind the heck out of it until it turns into a powder. So I'm gonna do that right now while I'm putting away the groceries so that it can just be running. You guys are gonna need a food processor for this because a lot of the stuff needs to be pureed. Like I got dates and beets and stuff like that. That all stuff has to be pureed. There it goes. They want 3/4 of a cup of oat flour. So it comes out pretty darn close to 3/4 of a cup of rolled oats. Maybe just a little bit more for good measure. And we let it do its thing. That's pretty much it. Pretty much oat flour right there. I think these are all the ingredients. Is the oat flour, coconut oil, beets, cocoa powder, unsweetened chocolate, unsweetened applesauce, baking powder, dates, salt, and vanilla extract. I'm just gonna go ahead and puree everything first. These are the dates. If you guys don't know what dates look like, they look pretty darn gross. Apparently they're very tasty though. I haven't ever had one. I just tasted some off the spoon. They tasted pretty good, like kind of sugary. Apparently dates are really hard to puree. So it made a mess of my thing, but luckily I picked this second to last, and then I'm gonna do the beets in here. The wateriness of the beets should clean that up fairly good. There's all my pureed things. I got my oat flour, I got my dates, and I got my beets. First things first, preheat the oven to 350. Second thing second, we're going to take this little saucepan, 3 ounces of chocolate, 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. Melt them together on low heat. By the way, coconut oil is intense. I feel like I could put that in place of motor oil in my car. Chocolatey. It says to combine all wet ingredients into a bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and count those dates as wet, because they're not dry at all. Okay, let's see if I can go through this off memory. That is 3/4 of a cup of oat flour, 1 heaping tablespoon of cocoa, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and no, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix all these together. This guy is done. This is 1 cup of beets, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1/2 a cup of dates, 1/4 cup of applesauce. There we go. Those guys are the wet ingredients, plus the chocolate. These guys are the dry ingredients. Mix these together, mix those together, then mix the two together. That makes sense? There's all my dry ingredients. There's all my wet ingredients. The wet ingredients actually look like brownies. Dry ingredients, not so good. These kind of smell a lot like beets, which scares me, but we'll give it a try, see how it goes. I had to break out the big gun. Scary, right? I had to scoop all the wet ingredients out of the bowl with a spoon. And you know how you normally lick the spoon when you're making brownies? I'm gonna give it a try. This might be the grossest thing I've ever done. 'It's gonna be chocolate flavored beets, I think. Well, that's interesting. It was kind of bitter. It was kind of spicy. Not bad. It's my final batter. It kind of looks like granola. They say to put it in a lightly greased pan that's 8 by 8. I got a 7 by 7 right there, and it's lightly greased. I just used that coconut oil again to like lightly grease it. Now I'm gonna pop it in there and then pop it in the oven for like, what it says? It says like 35, 45 minutes? 30 to 35, let's see. We'll see how it tastes. I'm gonna pop it in the oven now. There it goes. Oh boy, it's done. It's all done. Oh, that's not good. All right, smells like beets. I don't really like that so much, but we'll see. It says to let it rest for 10 minutes. So let's do that. All right. Let's see. I mean, it's cutting like a brownie. Oh, maybe it's not done all the way though. Let's see. Oh no, it's done all the way. It was just the dates that were sticking. All right, I'll give it a try just for you guys. Here goes nothing. Vegan, sugar-free, wheat, gluten-free brownie. Smells all right. It smells like a little bit like beets, but let's see. It's not like a regular brownie, but it's not too bad. It has this weird bite to it. Probably, if I make this again, I'm gonna put peanut butter instead of beets. Like regular peanuts. Not like Jif with all the sugar in it. Just ground peanut butter. Just peanuts and salt. I think that'll be better. I'm gonna go with not bad on that. I do, yes, 100%. If you take a big bite, it's a lot better. 2, definitely doing peanut butter next time and turning them into like a protein brownie rather than this, which is like a, I don't know, something brownie. They're not too bad. What I just ate was like under 150 calories. I think it's 140. That little piece that I had right there. Not too bad. All natural, vegan, gluten-free, sugar-free. The dates have sugar in them obviously, but it's a natural sugar rather than like processed sugar. Not too bad though. And the applesauce too. Not too bad after all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Now it's time to pay the price.